Hello out there in internet land. Thank you for joining me, Gen X Man, for another Soloplay Sunday. Today, I'll be presenting you all awesome people with Season 2, Episode 2 of the Hardcasers, a ragtag crew of droids that, by chance or circumstance, have won their freedom to find their own path through the galaxy. In Season 1, our crew, consisting of LE-3PO, Ellie, on droid organic relations, R5BM, Bomber, as our pilot, his co-pilot and mechanic R43Z, 3Z, their power droid Gunky, the mouse droid Kobe, and their security droid IG-75 found themselves beset by trouble the moment they took on the lucrative contract to transport an unknown cargo to a mysterious Outer Rim world. In due course, they discovered their cargo was a young Twi'lek named Cy Cordova, a Jedi Padawan that had somehow escaped the Purge thus far. On the deadly world of Almost 5, the crew had a fateful showdown with a brother-sister bounty hunter team, overcame that, then found themselves stranded while the dangerous wildlife of Almost 5 closed in, wildlife that seemed to have a taste for power cables, Minox, giant T-Rex Minox, all kinds of dangers. Rescued by Ralph Caldor's rough-and-tumble 5th Brigade, the crew has spent the last month keeping to themselves, seeing to the repairs of their ship with parts graciously provided by Haldor, a man who has thus far not asked for anything in return. The droids grow uneasy, while Cy makes every effort to placate their fears, sensing no duplicity in the brigade commander, only anxiety and determination. Cy, for his part, has made one of the ship's rooms his own, spending a great deal of time with a small holo projector of some kind that instructs him in Jedi lessons while his master is away. Now, the ship repairs. Just to recap, there's some stuff that happened behind the scenes. I had to, I didn't want to bog down the video with a bunch of repair rolls while you guys want to get to the action, and action there shall be. But just to recap, the ship repairs had some ups and downs. Not surprising when your ship crash lands after being shot down. First up was the main hyperdrive, the one that should be a ×2. There was a complication on the initial repair roll, a natural one. 3Z thought he had everything wired back up correctly, but when he powered the system up, it drew too much, and the system shut off, but not before overloading the communications. Subsequent repair rolls for the communications also had a complication. That is another natural one. So there is a 2-round delay in any communication to or from the ship. Ouch. Another roll turned up another complication. So we're leaving that poor system alone till next adventure. The next day, 3Z figured out his mistake, got the hyperdrive back to fully functional. So yay, the backup hyperdrive, in contrast, was a cakewalk. Next, he moved on to the maneuver drives, rolling a 22 against a difficulty of 6, so big success there. And after 4 days working on the sublight drives, which was intended to be a space rank 2, 3Z got them up and running. He initially scored a complication, so there's that natural 1 again. The drive stalled out, but he managed to get that fixed. Just took him twice as long, so not as bad as the communication snafu, which we will deal with in due course. Surprisingly, the very difficult target number of 21 for the weapons was surpassed with a 22 on the first roll. So that was a welcome change in the repairs. That took a week, with another week restoring the mangled hull of the ship. Again, shockingly, the target number of 21 was beaten on the first try with a 23. All this work took basically a month before Hardshell was space-worthy again. Yay! Now, as the repairs become more and more ironed out, we rejoin our droid crew and their Padawan passenger. It is a day not unlike so many others this past 4 weeks. 3Z and Kobe continue to tinker with this system or that, trying to fix the communications. IG paces inside the ship, practicing his quick draw skills. Cy listens to an aging master detail the nuances of meditation theory. The cave converted by the 5th Brigade into their current headquarters is usually quiet. The ambient noise is absorbed by softer minerals comprising the enormous cave opening, one of the reasons they chose this location. Besides the giant monsters, they generally tend to keep imperials away. Outside, forest animals echo cries above the treetops while slow-moving predators lumber below, kept at bay by sonic and electronic fencing. In the midst of this normal daily activity, voices start to call out. There's a commotion toward the back of the cave, news carrying by word of mouth through the assembled figures. Curious, Ellie alerts the droids, along with Sai, and they all totter out to see what's going on. Numerous figures huddle around the communication bay. A patched together bank of stolen emitters kept functioning by effort and adhesives. The young operator looks up at Commander Holdor. It's the Vander Group. Holdor grimaces, eyes narrowing. What frequency are they using? Open band, the operator states, adjusting a dial and listening intently to his earpiece. No encryption. Holdor courses. Ain't Ferric. Every imp in the quadrant's going to hear them and come a-running. Imp's already on site, the radio man mentions, adjusting another dial. Strike cruiser. The ever vigilant. Holder rubs his chin, then asks, Do they have a location on the transmission yet? The communicator shakes his head to the negative. Vandergroup's bouncing the signal off a tower in Paco City. The imps are looking there. Probably a day or two for them to pin down the broadcast origin. Holder nods, thinking quickly. We have their coordinates? Yes, sir. The man nods, handing over a datapad. Holder turns to the assembled faces. All right, you lot. You heard all that. It's Vander Group. 30 freedom fighters just like us. Some of you even have friends with them, I know. They're trapped. Their broadcast says they were outed by someone inside, a betrayal, but that leak's been plugged. So still leaves them out in the hot seat with the imps in orbit overhead. It'd take days to get our forces together enough to take on a strike cruiser. But a small force could reach them long before that. They're on Regis near Paco City, up in the mountains, holding out in a cave. They say too narrow to approach by fighter or ship, so this is what we're looking at. You jump to Regis, you enter orbit as far as you can from that strike cruiser, you come in low over the treetops and in the canyons, you set down at the coordinates and recover whoever's left. We know they had to shoot their way out of Paco City. We know they lost people, so no idea how many there are. Our cargo hauler's too obvious, it's too slow. Fighters can't carry all their survivors, and we don't want to leave anyone behind to be questioned by the ISB. So I'll ask you all, anyone have any favors to call in with some smugglers? Sai glances at Ellie next to him, eyes asking a silent question. She gives a short nod. Sir? Sai pops up, raising his hand. The assembled group stands back a bit, giving him and the droid's room. We, that is the crew of the Hardshell and I, we would like to volunteer. I was hoping you all'd say something. Holder nods, a weight leaving his shoulders. Now we find out if our investment in you lot pays off. Grab what you need. I'll have medical supplies loaded. You've got no time, so hustle. And with that, we join the Hardshells that races across the short distance from almost 5 to Regis, a nearby system. All right. We join our intrepid crew of the Hardshell as they race across space. They have exited hyperspace at the edge of the planet's atmosphere. They're going to have to travel space 50 to reach the surface, their destination. They're coming in on the far side of the planet, so out of the strike cruiser's range. Now, the thing is, they are absolutely spotted by, planetary communications who say, who is that? Who goes there? So they are going to have to roll, and this is going to be an Ellie thing. So we'll get Ellie's character sheet here. And she has been practicing her con. However, she is actually, we're going to say that Holder's group has set them up with some sort of a permit to carry cargo here to Regis. And they're going to basically try to be somewhat legit. They legit have a cargo to drop off. However, they're going to drop off the cargo and then go save Vandergroup. So she's going to try to, all this is to say, she's going to try to roll her 5D+1 bureaucracy to show their credentials. And, oh, wow, yeah, we have a 21 total. Now we're going to say the resistance is only 3 dice. So she sets the target number of 21 for them to see through the BS, and they roll an 11. They do not. So they have made it past task 1. Task 1 was just to get into orbit without being spotted or detected in any particular way. Now, obviously, their flight path isn't going to take them to where their credentials are saying they're going to go. So, as they move, they now have a space 3, so they're going to move 3 spaces. So a round goes by. The sensors in the area, which are set at 5D. Oh, we have a natural one. That takes out the 6 and gives us a complication, so we have a 6 total for their roll. So yes, in their first sensor sweep to detect that this ship is off course, it was a catastrophic bumbling failure in true Imperial fashion. So yeah, they think the ship is just going just fine. They're just like, oh yeah, okay. Now, coming by, we have a patrol of 2 TIE fighters. And these TIE fighters say, like, they hail them and say, Freighter Hardshell, could you provide us your manifest? And it's just kind of like, now this is a straight up BS because they're already off course. This she can't roll bureaucracy, so she's just going to straight up try to con it. She can roll up to 2 extra dice, spending 2 character points on this roll, and she will do so because otherwise, her con is 1d plus 1. So she's going to spend the 2 character points to go up 3 dice. She's going to con away. Not bad, not bad. We have a 14. The imps try to see through it. We're going to roll 2 dice, and we get a 6. They do not see through it. A staticky warble calls over the hardshell's communication array. There's a pause. 3Z and Bomber look at one another. Finally, a delayed message comes over the speaker. Freighter H617, this is Imperial Patrol of Regis. There's been an incident on the planet, and we're conducting a secondary check. Please provide your manifest. With the error in their communications, the droids know the fighter pilots have already been waiting for their reply. Ellie looks around a moment, then launches into an explanation. Imperial Patrol, this is Freighter 8617. Manifest is specialized medical cargo for the injured on Regis. Another lengthy, agonizing delay as the TIE fighters with their screaming engines glow closer and closer. Freighter H617, are you responding to the incident in Paco City? Ellie replies as quickly as she can, aware the delay in their system malfunction is probably doing them no favors. Correct, Imperial Patrol. We are carrying Corellamine, 19, for the... There is a Togorian that was wounded in the incident. He has a congenital condition that requires the Corellamine. Another delay. The space between the fighters and the freighter closes to laser distance. IG begins to walk toward the turret access ladder, convinced they'll be fighting for their lives any moment. A Togorian? The Imperial voice breaks over their comms. Those cat things? What a laugh. Well, tell whoever's paying for that kind of service the Imperial Navy could use a raise. Watch yourselves down there, 8617. There's insurgent activity in the area. Imperial Patrol, over and out. With that, the droids glance at one another, amazed at their good fortune, and continuing toward the planetary surface. Okay. We rejoin our droid crew. They have landed on the planet of Regis, just outside the city, Paco City. They have made contact with the survivors. All these are in the cave, so I'm not going to detail trying to smush them all in the terrain here. As you can see, it is very rocky. We have lots of cliffs, lots of bluffs and such. Trying to come in with any sort of aerial vehicle any closer would obviously be a problem. Plus, it's assumed they have weapon emplacements to, if the imps saw them, they might be able to fight back. Anyway, neither here nor there. Ellie and Sai have made contact with the group saying, hey, we're here to rescue you. They have found out the group is rife with wounded. They have only, let's see, how many we got here? We got 7 survivors left of the group of 30. So they took a bad one there in Paco City due to the betrayal by one of their own. IG is standing watch. The other droids are inside the ship. 3Z in particular is monitoring the sensors. And we are going to go ahead and start out with a roll for 3Z. Rolling sensors because there's something that he needs to be aware of. He has 3D plus 2. Now this is a generalized sweep. There are no modifiers. And he has an 8. The target number was fairly easy as there's no cloaking involved, but there is a vehicle approaching, which he radios, he comm links to Sai and Ellie saying, there's a vehicle approaching. It's coming from the, what is it, north, southeast? From the east. So the vehicle is then identified as a troop transport. And they're pretty sure that once they deviated from course, they were probably logged by some sort of passive sensor sweep, and a group has been dispatched to check out, why did they deviate? Why are they way out there? And why did those TIE fighters allow them to land? But whatever. So the troop transport is approaching. It will be here, and we will say 3 rounds. They have 3 rounds. So they let the survivors know, saying, hey, these guys are going to be here in 3 rounds. Now, each survivor would normally have a move of 5. However, they are wounded, so they are reduced to a move of 3, and they will need to be assisted. So they're Ellie and Sai are powwowing for just a moment and realizing it's like, hey, we can only assist 2 at a time. We need IG over here. And possibly, Gunky's pretty strong. He could carry somebody. So they say, hey, Gunky, why don't you come on out? Of course, the distance is pretty far. But, there comes a Gunky. All right, so we'll move in initiative order. Let's have some order here. IG will go first. And he will move 1, 2, moving through the hostile terrain. He's not real happy that he's not going to be terminating, that he's going to be assisting. So Sai's already got somebody that he's assisting. And we're going to be moving back 1, 2, 3. Ellie's got somebody. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 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 we got people down. Really need to get some bases for these guys. And we're going to say the survivors are going to be able to move 1 without assistance. So they are going to start piling out of the cave, making for the ship. Let's see. Just a quick funny thing. As they're being assisted along with Sai, they see the IG and they're just like, oh, it's an IG unit. We are here to rescue you. So that was round 1. The transport approaches. It's off camera. So, new round. IG is going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, he's very strong, so he could probably carry 2 of them. So we got 1, 2, 3. And Ellie. 1, 2, 3. These guys are each moving 1. They panic at the sight of an IG unit, but what can you do? So, another round. The imps move. Gunky. Oh, I'm sorry. Gunky is going to have a move of 2, and we're going to make up for lost time and say he's now here, and he's going to try to help. Gunky can help. Okay, round 3, the last free round they have. IG goes first. He's going to actually hold action. These guys are moving under their own power. Gonna move these last 2. Let's see, he moved 1, 2. He goes in. He gathers everybody up, and he comes back out moving 2. Now, carrying 2 organics is not a big deal for him. He has 6 dice in lifting. I'm going to make this an easy 6 or better he needs. Well, there's a complication. He still makes it. He still carries them both easily, but there's a complication. So we're going to say the organics that he is carrying are panicking because they're being carried off by an IG unit. Please restrain yourselves. We are here to rescue you. Please do not struggle. It's kind of like, it's IG unit. It's going to kill me. So that's going to be interesting. Now, let's see here. Let's see here. Gunky, get out of the way. Gunky's going to move out of the way. We're going to move our 1, 2, 3. And we're going to move our 1, 2, 3. And these guys are going to move their 1. Okay. And this is when the assault craft arrives and comes as close as it can, but obviously it's stopped by foliage there. Imps begin piling out. We have a commander. And we have troopers. Oh, jeez. There we go. All right, now, sighting distance is good. Okay, here we are. This is new round, round 4. Initiative goes to IG first. He's actually better. He's got a higher perception than they are, so he goes first. Okay, IG sees them. He drops these people and retrieves his blaster. We're going to say the drop is a free action, but the retrieving of the blaster is one action, so he is at a -1D to hit. He's going to take 2 shots at the lead 2 stormtroopers. He would normally have 7 dice. However, he has 1 extra action, so we have 6 dice. He's taking an extra shot. He has 5 dice. He has 5D to hit both of those. Range is short. So we're going to need a 6 or better to hit them. 9, 12, 15, 16 is a hit on the first one. 9, 11, 16, 18 on the second one is a hit. He's dealing 5D damage to both of them. They normally resist 2D, but they have armor, so they're at 3D to resist. The first one, oh, natural 1. Okay. So the shot glances off this guy's armor and hits the transport behind him. There's 9 damage. And he's going to resist 10 of it, so yes. The blaster bolt ricochets off that stormtrooper's armor and hits the transport behind him. He's very lucky. The second one is taking 11, 14, 17 damage. And he resists with 14, so 3 damage. And that is going to put him at, he is stunned. He's -1 dice for 2 rounds, for this round and the next one. This round he can't do anything. So this guy's kind of knocked a little senseless by a blaster bolt. Next up is going to be Sai. He also sees the imps. He's like, sorry, can't take you the rest of the way. Please go on without me. He's going to retrieve and ignite his lightsaber. There's 1 action. And he's going to 1, 2, 3 move in the way of Gonk so that they don't shoot him. So shoot the droid because they're stormtroopers. They're dumb. They would shoot a power droid. He is going to attempt lightsaber combat. Now he needs an 11 or better on his first roll. He would normally have 2D plus 1. However, he's done multiple actions, so he only has 1D plus 1. It's only a 5, 7 total. No, not good enough. So he cannot deflect blaster bolts this round. So, however, he did ignite his lightsaber, and the stormtroopers are probably like, "What the crunch?" Let's see. Stormtroopers are next. Yes, stormtroopers are next. We have a stun one, but the commander is going to fire on Sai. And he's rolling 14. Sai can attempt a skilled dodge. No, he is skilled dodge. I'm sorry. However, he's had multiple actions this round. So, I'm going to give him 2. So he's just barely going to miss Sai. The free one is going to shoot at IG. That is going to be 7, 11. That is, IG can attempt an unskilled dodge. Is to beat an 11. And he does with a 12. So he manages to get out of the way of that blaster bolt. We have these guys are going to go 1, 2, 3 partial moves. That guy's going to take a shot, even though he's 1 dice left. He's going to shoot at the IG. He's going to get a 13. IG's up to his next dodge. Yeah, no, that hits. Blaster rifle. 5D damage. We're talking 12, 15, 16 damage to IG. IG rolls. Now he would roll his strength, which is 4D. However, he's also armor plated, gives him an extra 3 dice. And yeah, he fully resists with 25. So the blaster bolt is absorbed by his plating. And since it wasn't a bullseye or anything, it doesn't hit anything important. Now, stormtroopers have gone. Bomber. Bomber is going to fire up the ship, get everything ready. That does not require a roll. Ellie passes. There's not much she can. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. She's assisting. Ellie is going to move. 1, 2. Well, this guy's in the way. And they go at the last because they're wounded. Kobe is going to pass 3Z. Is monitoring the sensors. He doesn't notice anything beyond this troop transport. However, he's going to make a communications roll. Now, this is just to monitor Imperial communications. Oops, that's 1 dice too many. He only has 3D. There we go. 16, 18. That is enough of a difficulty. He manages to listen into the open band Imperial communications, and the contact they have had with this rebel group has notified the strike cruiser. The strike cruiser is aware there's an incident going on. They need to get out of here fast. Gunk is going to move. He's hoofing it. He's moving. He's gunking it. Now we start over. Round 5. IG is going to. No, you know what? He's not going to move. He wants his full dice pool. I have a soft rule. You can't take more actions than you have dice in dexterity. So IG has 4 dice. So I'm going to allow him to have up to 4 shots this round if he wants them. So he would normally have 7. If he takes 2 shots, he would have 6. If he takes 3 shots, he would have 5. And if he takes 4, he would be 4 dice. The difficulty to hit them is not tremendously great. They aren't known for their dodging. They're stormtroopers. He is going to bing every single one of these. Now, this guy's at a -1D because he is stunned. So we've got an 11, that is a hit. We have 13, that is a hit. That is a 11, that is a hit. Oh, wait, there's 6 on the luck dice, so it was more than 11. It was actually a 12. And finally, the shot at the commander. Let's see here, 12, 16, that is a hit. So he pings every single one of these. Very nice, IG. 5 dice against number 1. Oh, holy, holy, holy. So as you can see, there's multiple 6s. I mean, without the luck dice, we're looking at 18. We roll 6 on the luck dice, so that's 24, add 1, 25 damage to this guy. And he's going to resist at 3D. 14, so he takes 11. 11 gets through. He is incapacitated. He is down. He's not dead. Not yet. He's not dead. Now, this guy who got lucky last round. Oh, 21 damage to him. And he resists 10 of it, so 11. So he is also incapacitated. Good grief. Engine of destruction here. Mr. Hurt is, oh goodness, 16, 18, 19 damage to him. He only has 2 dice to resist because he's in a -1D because of its previous damage. And he rolls a natural 1 on the left die. He is, you know what, GM ruling, he's dead. We'll say IG actually hit the weakened spot in his armor a second time and just dropped him. And now for the commander. Oh, natty 1 on the luck dice. No, no. So he takes 8 and he resists 12, nothing. His armor absorbs the blaster bolt. So from that epic takedown to, pew, the blaster bolt glances off him and he's just kind of like, what the? Sigh, you are going to move. 1, 2, 3, 5. And he's going to engage the commander. He's taking 2. Obviously, he moved, and now he's going to do his lightsaber. It is a new round, so he's going to try his 1 dice. He would normally have 2D plus 1 to try this, but he's moving, he's swinging. Natty 1 on the look. No, no, no. He cannot use lightsaber combat this turn. It's an absolute no. So he's going to roll 4 dice plus 2 to try to take out this commander guy. Oh, goodness gracious. Sai, are you sure you're a Jedi? It's 24 total. And that's going to do 5 dice damage. Oh, natural 6 on the luck dice. Are you kidding me? 21 damage. All right. Resist. 9. What did I say? 21? Is it 12? Yeah, that's. The commander goes down from a lightsaber slash. Goodness gracious. So, yeah. The imps have been absolutely devastated. There's one guy left. It's his initiative, so he's actually going to retreat, radio in that his squad has been downed, and that there's a Jedi here, which is really not good for that information to have gone out. But hey, we're here. IG picks the figures back up. This guy is not going to engage against this superior force, so we're going to say the combat is over for now. That was unexpected. So, the crew of the Hardshell managed to sneak past the Imperial patrols around Regis and land without tripping most alarms. However, their presence at an unscheduled drop zone when they were clearly scheduled to land in Paco City drew the wrong kind of attention. And while it was an absolute thrill to watch IG and Sai absolutely blitz a squad of stormtroopers, well, unfortunately, said stormtroopers got off communication, and that communication contained the word Jedi in it. What kind of consequences will ripple through Imperial forces as one of the last straggling Jedi have shown their face in the galaxy? Who can say? But just between you, me, and the wall, I imagine there's going to be an Inquisition. So tune in next week as we discover the consequences, good and bad, of the Hardcasers' rescue of Vandergroup, one of the thousands of groups in open rebellion to the Empire, a category that, for good or ill, our droid crew now finds themselves inexorably drawn up in. Join me again next Sunday as we continue the story of the Hardcasers. Thank you, everyone that's clicked on this video and given me a moment of your time. I hope that I've entertained you, and if I did, please consider giving this video a like. YouTube loves it when you do, and it helps my itty-bitty little channel grow. And welcome to the new faces, the new subscribers here in the channel. I hope I continue to keep y'all entertained in the days to come as I strive to get better and better at this YouTube thing. Now, it's a nice day. Go out, check out some sunshine, drink some water, roll some dice. And as always, have a good one.